Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest. I'm about to lose my voice. I'm fearing that I'm catching a cold, and I hope that's not the case. But today we are going to check out from Physicians Formula the organic wear Silk Elixir. Yeah, with jojoba oil. Retails for $15.99. Comes in 12 different shades. You get 1 fluid ounce of product. On their website, they describe this as an ultra-nourishing, ultra-fluid, weightless, organic foundation elixir that improves the appearance of skin tone and texture while delivering sheer to buildable coverage. They don't really say how buildable. Features jojoba oil, aloe vera, coconut oil, all organic. Botanical cactus flower locks in moisture and improves the appearance of skin tone to deliver a second skin airbrushed, dewy finish. That is about all they say. Hypoallergenic, fragrance-free. There is a piece of hair on my eyebrow. Gluten-free, dermatologist-approved, clinically tested, vegan, and cruelty-free. I'm looking through the ingredients here. We do have several oils. There are some hydrating ingredients, glycerins toward the bottom of the list. The oil closest to the top of the list is an olive oil ester, and yeah, no added fragrance that I can tell. Vegetable collagen, which makes it vegan as opposed to animal-based versions. And they note several ingredients are from organic farming. So that is the sort of ingredient to do. The only instructions they provide are to shake the bottle before each use. I've actually already shaken mine. I've got mine in the shade Fair. Let me double check. Yes, that is the lightest shade. First time filming with the new light setup. We'll see how it goes. My hope is that there's more even lighting and there's not as much shadow like on my neck as there used to be. And yeah, we'll see if it ends up being a little too bright, a little too dark. We'll figure it all out as we go. But let's take a look at this fair shade swatched against a few others in my collection. Alrighty, I'm not sure if this is going to go on a Friday or not. So on Fridays we swatch as on other days. First up is today's foundation, the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir in the current lightest shade Fair. Second, I've got the Physicians Formula Natural Defense, also in the lightest shade Fair. Nothing at all similar. Third up, I've got the CYO Life Proof in shade 101. Fourth is the NYX Born to Glow in light ivory. And last, I've got the Milani Conceal Imperfect in shade 00A. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 45-year-old face. I'm looking to cover up my sun damage, minimize my smile lines, my forehead lines. I do have larger pores that like to collect foundation and be loud and screaming. And I do have some additional texture between my eyebrows. This side of my face is more textured. That's what I'm looking to cover up. I'm going to go in on one side of my face with a sponge. This is a dampened AOA Studios from Shop Miss A, the wonderful dollar sponges. Other side, I will use an e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. We'll see if there's a preference one way or the other. Pretty sheer coverage out of the gate with a sponge and one pass. But it is a very nice finish on the skin, and it is starting to cancel out some redness. I feel like I will need to build it up a little bit to accomplish that. Let's try the brush side. Slightly more coverage with the brush, but I would say the finish looks similar either way, so this is going to be a personal preference if you like a brush or a sponge. I think I like the brush side just a smidge more. I'm gonna try and even out and build up, like they say, just a little bit more coverage where I need just a little bit more. This does build up just a little bit, which is nice. I would say we're still at maybe a high light coverage, but I am getting some decent hiding of some of my freckles and sunspots, and it is very nicely blurring texture. It's also slightly blurring my pores just a little bit. I can still see some of them, but some of them do appear blurred. I've got some flaking skin right now, and it's really not accentuating any of it, which is very, very nice. I like the finish of this. I think the shade is actually pretty nice as well. I am kind of digging this. I don't know where my phone is. All right, it is 10:59. Let's call it 11 o'clock. Let me put the rest of my face on. I'll be right back. You guys, this one is doing me dirty. This is not, I gotta take back what I said about it not clinging to dry patches. As it dried down, it has basically just found every edge of every piece of skin that's ready to exfoliate off my face, and that's kind of gross. I'm pretty sure at a distance, I'm looking in the monitor, you can't really tell at a distance, but up close, I look like, someone in the comments the other day called it Godzilla skin. Maybe it was on Instagram. I don't remember, but it cracked me up because that's exactly what I feel like right now. I feel like I look like I have Godzilla skin if you look at me up close, and that's not cool. It's also settling into my polka dot pores on my nose. So what started out gorgeous, then I tried to revive it because, when I'm having a day like that, sometimes it just needs a little powder, and especially Milani's Prep Set and Glow is one of those powders that can do a little revival action, and it didn't take very well to setting. It didn't not take well to it, but it didn't really help. So we're in a little bit of a situation. On the rest of my face, I've got my Revolution Ultra Bronze, my brand new Wet n Wild re-release of Pearlescent Pink, which makes me so freaking happy. I am giving the Pixie by Petra, this is the Eye Reflection Shadow Palette Natural Beauty, another day in quartz. I have not really changed my opinion. I think it's a little bit weak and a little bit muddy. And generally, can't really say I recommend it totally, really, unless you get it maybe half off. I don't know. That's what's going on here. Lips are CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lip Gloss in Cheeky. And I gotta run out the door and go to work. So I'll be back in a bit with a daylight check-in, and I'll come back at the end of the night, give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, it's only been an hour and a half, but I wanted to show you. That's a lot of product right there. Ugh. Ugh, ugh. Yikes. Here's where we're at. I will definitely try to do an actual daylight check-in if it stops raining outside, but, we're okay. Might be just a smidge too dark for me, but not really. I mean, this is pretty much what I generally want my face shade to be, even when I'm pale as the winter snow. I'll be back in a bit. Ugh, that was a little nasty, guys. A little nasty. Hey guys, we are 15 minutes shy of the 5-hour mark. More gunk in my deeper lines. This is not going to be for super mature skin if you have deeper lines. Do you see how my forehead lines are kind of accentuated? One thing that I don't know if it's picking up on camera that I noticed just looking in the mirror in my car is that this kind of finish, it's the kind of greasy, dewy finish. It's not quite just dewy. Yeah, like I feel it's like a greasy finish to it. And I don't like that so much. But at the same time, I'm getting accentuated lines, which is weird. Color match is good, I think. I think we're okay on that angle, but this one's just not getting any better on me, you guys. That's where we're at 5 hours. I'll be back tonight and we'll wrap this one up. 9:15 p.m. That puts us just past the 10-hour mark. Let us take a look at how the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir held up. Gotta rock this thing quickly because my microphone is dying and I don't think I have any more batteries to replace it right now. So, hopefully this will last until I'm done. Okay, you probably have a pretty good idea of what I think at this point. Let me add on the rest of the day's experience. I feel like this is slightly drying. I've been wiping it out of my chin all day long and it has gathered there again. So I'm not a huge fan of how this plays out for dry skin. It's not super drying. I don't want to like itch my face off, but it's not comfortable and I'm starting to feel tight and I just kind of want to wash it off. Feels a little greasy on top of that, which is odd for someone that normally doesn't produce a whole lot of body oil. So let's zoom in and take a look at how it wore. It's basically just kind of bunching up and gunking up pretty much anywhere that has movement lines or my nose. I've got polka dot pores on my nose. It has worn off mostly around my nostrils, caked up around the other parts of my nostrils. My forehead is looking quite scaly. You know, the foundation is just kind of clumping up in scales, and it looks pretty dry. And, you know, blush, bronzer, highlighter still mostly intact, but everywhere else I'm just not a huge fan of how it looks. So I'm not a huge fan of how it looks, not a huge fan of how it feels, not a huge fan of how it moves around and gathers in deep lines. It hasn't really settled into fine lines, but in the deeper lines, it's constantly settling. So if I had to give a grade to the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir, it's not unwearable, but I really don't like it. I mean, I'm like D- levels of not liking it. I don't like how it feels. I didn't like how it looked after the first 5 minutes, and it hasn't gotten any better. It's only gotten worse. So, I'm not going to recommend that you run right out and get this one. I think I would recommend that you try the other new release. This one came out around fall, but it has just now started showing up in my CVS and my Target locally. So it's been around for a few months, but it's new to my stores and it still has the new packaging on it. So yeah, I would say pick up the one in the tube. What is that one? The Natural Defense. Go get that one. I'm not a fan of this one. I cannot put my support behind this particular one. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. If you enjoy foundation reviews, if you would like me to do more of them, give me a thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see. If you've missed any of my reviews, check out Foundation Fest on geekoutofwater.com. I've got a ranked, sortable, searchable spreadsheet of all 180 plus foundations that I've reviewed to this point over the last 4 years. And let me know your recommendations. Let me know in the comments. If you tried this one, how'd you get it to work? Did it work? What's your skin type? That very well could be a differentiating factor here. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.